Hi friends, this is Susan Smith with Stampcreatively, and I've kind of had a berry explosion on my desk. It's a Berry Good Friday. Anyway, I wanted to show you some of my favorite things from the to the catalogs. One of them is the January to June, and I still look my things up by going back here, and I see the Strawberry Punch I want to show you, and everything is on page 44. So here is this stamp set and the punch, which I used on a card that I'm going to show you later. So there's that. And then I'm using this stamp set and this fabulous designer series paper from the Sale-a-Bration. So this is something you can get free. The Berry Blessing stamp set and then this fabulous paper. Okay, so what I want to show you is I'm going to make a little box, and I'd show you the done box, but someone just came to pick up an order, and I wanted her to have a little goodie in her order, so I gave it to her. I'm going to use these boxes on page 11 of the January to June catalog. They're called Love You Always Treat boxes. And they were a little bit bigger than what I thought they were when I first ordered them. And they're cute and they were easy to work with. So I'm going to show you how I did it. This is another card I created by using just the designer series paper and some of our cardstock. Let me raise it up here so you can see it a little bit better. But the designer series paper is so good that these are all just fussy cut images from the paper. Okay. Let me move the paper out of the way. This is the paper that I'm going to use. And I'll show you how I created the box basically from start to finish, since I don't have one to show you already assembled. So what I did was I took my paper trimmer, and the box is a little bit over 4 inches. So I took my designer series paper and I cut it 4 inches. I love our cutter. I've had a lot of cutters. I've been with Stampin' Up! For a very long time. We're getting ready to celebrate year number 24. And this is probably my favorite cutter. So I want to cover the lid in the designer series paper. There's 2 fabulous sides to it, but I'm going to cover it with the berry side. So I'm going to put some of our Seal Plus, which I also like a lot. I'm going to put it over the edge. Straight. Let me put it down here so I can get it straight. And then I'm going to wrap it around these sides, and I want to crease it really well when I go around all these sides. I'm going to pop this up. Put it over here. I like sharp corners on my boxes. I'm going to put it here. And here. And then I'm going to go ahead and crease it here. And then when I know when I crease it here, that's the one I want to trim. So I've gone all the way around that box. I want to trim it off right here. So I'm going to get my paper trimmer back out. And I'm going to trim it right where that crease is. And because I went over on the box when I started, I know when I put my seal down, it's going to go right to that edge. So I'm going to lay this down and take it right to the edge. And it's magic. Cute. Okay. Now I am going to take this. We're going to zoom in just a little bit. So I've got my box. Now I'm going to assemble the inside of the box. And you look at this and you go, holy smokes, I have no idea how to do this. Well, it's not hard. So you're going to, I always crease all of my parts first. And I wondered if I needed to put a little bit of seal on this to hold it down. But it went together okay. You can. I can show you. But it's so simple. So So if you want to put a little seal on it, you would put it here. And you would bring these two sides in like this. Make sure you can see this. And fold this down. And then the seal's going to hold it in place. But I'll show you on this side, I won't put the seal on it, and I'll show you that it still works. So this side goes down like this. Then this side goes in like this, and you're going to scooch it back. And then this side goes in, and there's the flap. It all tucks right in there. Is that not cute? And to kind of give you perspective, because again, it's hard to see. So this is my Versamark pad, and it fits in there. So that's how big that box is. Again, you can put all kinds of measurements on there for me and all that kind of stuff, but I like to see what goes in it. So Versamark pad fits in here. So now I'm going to slide this in here, and it fits nice and snug. You could put chocolates in there, and it wouldn't slip out. So it fits nice and snug. One of my favorite ribbons is this new, it's called Blackberry Bliss. That's all it says. Wait a minute, let's see their name. Oh, striped ribbon. Oh, there you go. Blackberry Bliss striped ribbon. So I'm going to tie this around the outside with a beautiful bow. Because bows are always better when they're beautiful, right? So I have my pretty bow. And then it's always better when you create a little tag. So I'm going to create a little tag to go on the box. I am using soft seafoam. I'm using garden green. I'm using Blackberry Bliss. And I'm using rich razzleberry. Okay, so I have all my colors here. And you don't know what it's going to look like because it's magic. And I'm going to take a piece of scrap. And this, I want to use this piece because this is the piece I had left over. So I'm going to cut it 2 inches. And then when I cut it 2 inches, I have this little bitty strip left over that I can put right down here across the bottom. I can actually put part of it across the top too. Let's see. So I'm going to put this across here. Snip it off. And then put this across here. Look at that. There's just a smidge. Okay, so I'm going to smidge that off. Then I'm going to use my handy dandy delightful tag topper because I want to tag the top. Okay, so now I have my tag topper. Now I want to put a piece of the white in here because I want to do a little bit of stamping, but this is kind of bold and I decided I didn't want to stamp on it. So I'm going to cut a little piece. And I know this was 2 inches. So I'm going to go a little smaller. I think I'm going to go 1.5, maybe 1 3/4 because I want to stamp on it, but I want it to be, I want you to be able to see a little bit of it. And then this tag in between the images, it's a 4-inch tag. But I probably only want this about 3. I'm showing you my whole crazy process just so you can kind of see. I mean, there is a method to our madness, right? I try to stamp on one of these little pieces of paper. These are the grid sheets that go with the Stamparatus. And I like having a little bit of paper down when I do it in case I go over the edge so it doesn't smear on anything else. But sometimes I just don't want my great big piece of paper right here. So I'm going to take that soft sea foam, and they've given me an outline to the berry leaf. And so I want to create a little pattern on my background for my berry leaf. There's these words I want to use that say, you always have a way of making my day. which is what my customer did for picking up her order. So I'm going to add the words to there. I could have scooched them over a little bit more, but I think they're fine. I do have another side to my paper. Let's scooch them over just a little bit. That's better. And now I'm going to go ahead and put these guys back on top. Okay, so I've added those. Now I'm going to put my berries on. I kind of waffled with the whole berry thing of whether to go stem or berry, and I like the stem better. So I'm going to put, there's a stem goes up here, and a stem goes there. Now, you have the inside outside to your stem. I didn't want to try to line up the stem, so I tried to make sure I just got the little fill-in part right there. Because that was too hard. Some days we just don't need it any harder than what it is, do we? Okay, so there's my berries. And then I want it inside outside, so I used the Blackberry Bliss. But when I go to stamp this down, I was covering that up, so I made myself a little mask. You can see it's been used a lot. So that's how I got my berries on there without covering up those pretty stems. And then I put it back on again. And then this one is the rich raspberry. So I added a little rich raspberry there to just kind of shade those in. It's so cute. Here, let me move it up a little bit closer so you can see a little bit closer cuteness. Okay, now I'm going to add this to my tag. Put it right on there. I'm going to add it to my box. And what I like to do is I just take these two little ends to my bow and shove them through the hole. And because I'm on camera, we're going to not be cooperative. I can do this 100 times well till I get on camera. And then I just have like the little bunny ears up here. There you go. Now, who doesn't like to get that? There's your little cuteness in a box. So I like these boxes. They're, again, bigger than what I thought. And hopefully you can find some treats that go in them. All right. Have a good day. Thanks. Bye.